Andrea, we've waited 11 months and I just can't wait anymore. We've just got to bust into Mistletoe Murders Season 2. Are you ready?
I might have some hot takes.
Uh oh. Uh oh, technical difficulty. This is
You're
Eric.
gonna be like, just kidding, Andrea, get off the podcast now.
Well, this is Eric.
This is Andrea.
This Hallmark Mysteries
And
and
more.
more. Wow.
Well, before
Um,
we go into that, we have to recap. So I was looking through our notes of like what we did last year because I couldn't remember. And we always do a little recap of what we thought of the previous weekend movies. So, because we didn't do an episode last week because schedules are bananas right now. Let's like briefly go through like how many stars and maybe like a one sentence what we thought of Christmas on Duty. Mine for that one, that's my lowest of the year, 2 stars. I didn't think it was inherently awful, but anytime the military came onto play, I just struggled with it. So the start of it was, it really took me out. I thought again it was kind of cute, but I struggled with the military aspect of it. What about you?
Same. I think if it could have been reworked where it wasn't necessarily military, it would have been better. Is couldn't take Janelle Paris seriously in her little uniform kind of thing. But the start was rough. It was very, very rough. But then it did get kind of cute and they had great chemistry. It just was like sort of the wrong story.
Well, then we had Newport Christmas, which was one of my top five looking forward to. And maybe it was like the hype of me really wanting to love it, but it was like 3 stars, just kind of middle of the road movie. Time travel, besides Rip Van Winkle, was that the movie with Niall Mater?
Correct.
So that was the one I really
Or
liked.
Rip in Time, Rip in Time.
And then The Way Home. Like those would be my two that I enjoy of the time travel. Otherwise, this one, the green screen was really rough.
It was not good.
The leads were great, but overall, it was a middle of the road. Something I'm not going to, seek out to watch again. What about you?
I thought it was very watchable. I liked everyone in it. I didn't think that there was a lot of like good heat chemistry between the
No.
two of them.
Friend vibes.
Yeah, and it sort of, so there was that, but there was a lot more humor than I was expecting, and we both talked about it. While I thought it was going to be a, kind of a more parallel to a bit more Christmas, it turned out to be Timeless Christmas or Journey Back
Journey
to
Back to
Christmas.
Christmas, a
Yeah,
hundred
it like
percent.
seemed way more like those movies, which once again, they're enjoyable, but not anything we'll be watching, planning our day around.
Well, the next one is my top of the year right now. Christmas Above the Clouds. I give that one 5 stars. Which you commented on my Instagram post that you did not have that same
Nope.
excitement about it, which
Nope.
is really shocking. I had a lot of people like this is the first one I really loved. I love A Christmas Carol stories and remakes, and I think this is the best one that Hallmark's done. And many people agreed, or at least commented on my post that they also really liked it. So I loved everything about it. Like honestly, like for me, it everything worked. Loved the airplane popping in and out. Loved the ghost. Super. I mean, they played it super straight to A Christmas Carol. So, what is your critique? I'm really curious because the leads were wonderful. They had great chemistry.
Did they?
Yeah.
I think they should not have Aaron Krakow and Tyler Hines in this movie because Tyler Hines was basically just sort of a side character. They shouldn't have wasted the gunpowder on this one. They should have had a movie where they were in it a lot. It was very much just an Aaron movie to me. And you're right, they were very true to the um, whole Christmas Carol story. I love the ghosts though. The ghosts were for me the highlight. I thought it was a nice, interesting twist enough to put him on the plane, enough to really deviate too much. No, it was I felt a very much been there, done that. And for me, I just thought their chemistry, the only reason why for me I thought there was chemistry is because they were had the history. I did not find them to have really any chemistry. I don't know why anyone would like her. No one would be toasting her. She was just a terrible, terrible person, and I never got past that.
Redemption, Eric. Well,
Correct. At the end, redemption, but you wouldn't be toasting, you wouldn't have the brother-in-law toasting or the little kid, thank you for my medicine. No, you'd be having the whole family saying, get a new job with good insurance.
but he was toasting her even when she watched. Like he was clearly this kid is someone that we all need in our lives. He saw like the positive in everyone. So I saw that from him. Well, the next one I haven't seen yet is A
I
Color
haven't either.
Christmas. Okay, great. So neither one of us. I'm really excited because that was also in my top five most looking forward to, as was Christmas Above the Clouds. So far, three of my five have already come off now. So I'm excited to watch it. And then I do have a recommendation from Hulu. This is also a 5-star for me. Joy to the World with Chad Michael Murray and Emmanuel Chikyu. Don't think I
We never
said
get
her last
names.
name. I know, I'm sorry.
You don't come to this podcast for names.
No, sorry. But it's fake relationships, fake family, lots of Christmas fun, an influencer. Loved this movie. Like I already want to watch it again. And I can't say the same. I mean, A Christmas on the Above the Clouds, I would watch that again, but like craving watching it again. Have you seen it?
I have not. Hulu?
It's on Hulu. Highly
Okay.
recommend. It really had no promo. It just dropped. So loved it. Now, circling into our Finding Mr. Christmas, I have two picks, actually, kind of three. I don't think you're going to agree with one of my picks. So I loved
You have one and a
Marcus.
half more picks than me.
I love Marcus. Love Rustin. And I also kind of like Gabe, the one who was the penguin who started off a little rusty, and then he was the Rudolph. And like as we're recording, the third episode's airing tonight, so hopefully Gabe makes it another episode. But those are my. I also have a soft spot for Davy. Not so sure about any of their acting ability per se, but those would be my four dudes. What about you?
I'm struggling. I don't think it has as much charm as the first year. Um,
Oh,
I like I guess Davy would be the one who I'm picking. Though I was watching it and the thing that annoys me is it's supposed to be acting. We saw what happens when they don't focus on acting. They get an Ezra who just kills a movie, right? So they should have learned their lesson and done, hey, let's try to find a better actor, not just somebody who looks good. And they go ahead and what do? They have these guys posing, shirtless essentially as Rudolph in the air or deer in the air. And I was thinking about it. I was watching with my wife because my wife actually watches this one. And I was like, if that was role reversal, like it was girls in bikinis and three dudes were sitting over there going, damn, look at that, I don't think it would have the same reaction.
no,
And I'm not offended. I
no,
find
I
it
don't think
like
so.
just kind of interesting.
Who is your wife's pick?
Dave, both of us are Davy. I don't really have a pick, and she likes Davy, so I'm like, okay, I'll go with Davy.
My son's is Marcus, and then the guy who got kicked off was it
Before,
Drake last week? He really liked Drake. His one of his best friends is named Drake, so I think that had
who's
something to do with it.
Marcus? Is he the young guy?
No, Marcus and Gabe look similar, or they even said we look like twins when they first got
Okay,
there. So like my types, and Rustin is too.
okay.
Anyone who's not the cookie cutter stereotypical guy, that's my type. So I personally love it. And my son actually went back and was watching Finding Mr. Christmas season one. And it's very much mirroring channels of like, that's what they had him do. They had the meet cute episode one. Episode two was their Entertainment Tonight photo shoot so they could promote
Okay.
it. So like it's following exactly what season one did in terms of they're just spicing up a different challenge, throwing in a different Hallmark
All
leading
right.
lady. So and are you watching Baking with Love? That's the other
I
new
have
one.
not. I just don't have time. I want to. I don't have time. Have you watched it?
I have. I
It's right up
throw
my
that one
alley.
on. Like that one, it's not up my alley at all. I literally just kind of throw it on as I'm like doing something else. It's not one I'm heavily
It seems
invested
perfect
in.
for that. It's
Yes,
exactly what I envision
100%.
it being.
Yeah. And that's how I'm watching it. I am enjoying that. So for what it is. Well, we made
You
it.
seem to be putting off talking mistletoe too,
Well,
which
no, I was going through our list of what
I
we were supposed to
know.
talk about, and we have a time crunch because I have more clients to see tonight. So we're going to now talk about Mistletoe Murders, episodes one and two, Cold War. Part one, After a year of avoidance, Emily and Sam reunite to solve the disappearance of the school chess coach, triggering echoes of Emily's past. Violet hopes to attend the winter dance with her crush. Part two, Emily goes undercover at the school to solve the chess coach's murder. Tensions rise when Sam suspects Violet's date, and the winter dance turns into a game of cat and mouse with the killer.
Ooh,
So, what we liked, I felt like I don't know if you watched the screener. I don't know if you watched it again on Hallmark Plus,
I
but
did.
they had the intro with Ken and how he talked about Fletcher's Grove and naming it after Jessica Fletcher. That to me was a big highlight.
Oh, wait, that wasn't on Plus.
Yeah, it was. They
I
had it
did.
on Plus before maybe before you watched on your screener too. Then they had it on Hallmark Plus and they talked about it and they that anytime anyone shouts out Jessica Fletcher, like
Okay, right,
that's
right.
gonna win me over. So that put me off in a great spot. Benjamin Ayres, I thought was great as I didn't know he was going to be in it. So that was a fun little cameo as the janitor. I liked the voiceover. I thought we had a lot more voiceovers from Emily. And then I enjoyed seeing flashbacks of her in high school and kind of starting to piece some of that together. So for me, those were all the big wins. And I'll stop there.
I personally did not feel like it missed a beat and it just kept going, which was good for me. I love the way they picked up right at that scene. There was no like jumping forward and you had to fill in blanks. So that was great. I also thought they handled the relationship really well because it showed tension, but it never felt like a distraction. Sometimes they'll focus on it so much that it kind of distracts from what we want. They conveyed tension, and that was it. That's perfect what we wanted. And then, of course, we got a lot of Violet, and Violet's my favorite character, so that was great. I loved it when she's hopped back in the shop, started just working again without even actually working there, and then asking Emily, boy advice, and then her reaction when she got asked to the dance and all that, and then actually at the dance at the end. So I just loved seeing Violet be such a big part of it. You said about Benjamin Ayres and the flashbacks. Couldn't agree more. We get to see a little more into her past and what kind of made her, but we also get to see in Chimera, like sort of the hints of what that is and where that came from. And for me, also, I figured out who the murderer was pretty early, but I thought they
Mm-hmm.
red herrings were good enough where they kept me at least questioning, did I figure it? Wait, I'm like, oh, wait, did I not figure it out? I think I figured it out. So that was good for me.
Yeah, I had the same with like Benjamin Ayres being that guy's or that kid's father. I kind of guessed that. And then I also was like, it's either the principal or his son that committed this murder. I was
Right.
like, there's no way they're going to put the kid doing the murder. I mean, it was accidental, but they did, which was shocking. And I'm not
Exactly.
sure if he actually, I mean, it was like that coat hook, I guess, hit you in the right spot in the head. I mean, to actually be killed from that is a little suspect.
People always get killed from weird things in these type of movies.
Yeah, so you have to kind of go with that because when they saw it, you're kind of like, okay, I'm not quite sure, but whatever. Um, what I didn't like though, I actually don't agree with you with the Sam and Emily. I thought I it was too much tension for me. It was a bummer, and so
Mhm.
I did not like they were clearly on not good terms, and so that to me was a big like and that was a good chunk of that first episode. So it kind of took me out a little bit. So maybe I wasn't quite as high. Like if I ranked all of the mysteries from last year and this year, this would be my lowest so far. Not that I like hated it, but I preferred all of last year's mysteries better than this one. Probably because of that tension was just like it was too much for me. I'd rather see him happy, I guess. And then when I text you, I was like, I thought Ray was dead. But spoiler, if anyone's listening to the Mistletoe Murders podcast, spoiler. I just don't want to ruin anyone's thing. Ray dies in the podcast version of the show, and I'm not sure which season. And so I was going in thinking until you answered me. This whole I was like, this is a big hole in the plot. Like, how do they killed him off? And Ray
Yeah.
was one of my favorites. So I it took me a little bit out of it when waiting for your response to tell me no, Ray wasn't dead. That was the podcast. So those are my ones that I didn't like. And again, it's not like the Ray one was anyone's fault but my own. But the conflict was not my favorite between Sam and Emily.
Perhaps I've seen more, so I know a little more. So But I liked the tension. So yes, I think it was needed because that was such a doozy. So what I didn't like, I can't say there really was too much that I didn't like. The only thing I guess was, and I can't say this is what I didn't like, is chess. You really get scholarships for chess. I kept like just questioning the fact that
I
there's
love that that's
chess
your hang up.
scholarships, right? Like there's no such thing, and that kind of just
That's
whatever.
funny.
Like I say, as far as a complaint, it's a fairly low one, but I was
Well, if
thinking,
you had to rate these, where would this land for you then with the first three and then this one?
um, dang. I guess maybe you're right. Maybe
It's
I love the bell, the whatever it was, and then the Bah Humbug was just so good, and this still was kind of like a little setup
yeah.
to me, so I'd have to put it at three, I guess. I liked it
Okay.
more than the first one,
Okay.
but
Well,
it is
Stan,
like I say, it is a little setup because there had to be some that resolution that's coming through this one.
have you seen all of them or just the
No, they let
next?
me
Okay.
see the first three episodes and then they stop. Like not
Ha
even to
ha
get
ha
through the whole
ha.
second mystery.
That's funny. Well, that's makes me fun. Well, standout scene or performance. For me, it was the ending scene of episode two, where they're all in the principal's office, and Emily is running from like Benjamin Ayres, and solving that mystery, and then up to the principal's office and hearing Violet. And then to me, like that's like the epitome of a nice cozy mystery. There's tension, but it's very short, quick tension. It's not going to get, you know, I'm not a big scary movie fan, so it's nothing scaring me. I can still easily go to sleep after these. So it's the just right amount for me in like the cozy mystery genre. So that scene worked for me. What about you?
I would go with the when Sam says, "Oh, we found the car in Buffalo," and she's like, "Oh," and something was in the trunk. She's like, "Oh, what's in it? Like a finger or what this, that?" And she's getting like all excited over it. That's quite funny. But I'm going with because once again, he's was my like right up there with Violet as far as a character. Ray, love Ray. And when he's like, "Oh, I'm the sponsor of the chess team," and he gives him those silk or whatever satin jackets, I guess. I'm like, what 10th grader, 11th grader is going to want to be walking around wearing the satin jacket? And I just was cracking up. I don't know, like I don't know. I just found it such an interesting choice, but also just seeing Ray and Emily when they just interact is just gold. So the more you can have Ray on there with Emily, the better.
Well, he was with Sam. Was
So
he even with Emily? He was
yeah,
with
remember,
Sam.
wasn't it? I thought it was with Emily when she's like, "What are you doing here?" And
Well,
he
yeah, but
gives
he
the
was with Sam
jackets.
in a scene as well.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
well, you segued well into my next one. What are we hoping is coming or not coming in future episodes? My first one, more Ray. So more Christmas store as well. But Ray is like, I love Ray as well. But I want more of Emily's Christmas store. I felt like we missed it a little bit. I love those cozy settings, and that store is one that I enjoy. But I think Violet coming back to work there might pull us back into her store a little bit more. So that way we have at least a little bit more Christmas as well through the town. But overall, I mean, what I'm looking forward to is just another strong mystery. I'm really excited that they're dropping both episodes.
Agreed.
That it makes sense, and you want to binge what's next. So I do enjoy that. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming I'm going to like the next mystery even more. So
Speaking of under the mistletoe, I did that little post about the plushies, and
yeah,
apparently, too many people thought it was real.
yeah, I did. You told me it was.
I did not.
You did.
I
I
say
asked, "Is this
in the
real?" And
post I
you said,
say
"Indeed."
in the post I say go to under the mistletoe in Fletcher Grove. Clearly, there's no
No,
such
who
thing as
goes?
Fletcher Grove and everything. And then
But it's a
under
website, Eric.
which does not exist.
Well, who's fact checking you?
And
Clearly, nobody
so,
was.
but apparently, like people were like totally harassing Michelle, who's the producer, Ken's wife, and she had to go buy the domain. to keep
No.
anyone else from doing it. And she asked me if I would take it down because too many people were like hounding them over the plushies.
Eric, told you. Oh my gosh. I literally was
I
like, is this for real? And you responded with like, indeed. And so I'm sure everyone's like, Eric,
ah sarcasm.
no, it does not play well on the internet, especially when
Uh,
you post stuff like that. Oh, Eric.
well, what I'm looking forward to is more of the flashback, more of that history. I loved seeing it, getting in the computer lab. Like, I'm trying to figure out, is her friend the one who turns bad, or is it the teacher who's like recruiting all them to be these little spies? I don't know. Wherever I'm all in for all that. And then just Sam and Emily, just I'm looking for them getting back to that magic. Because yes, while I thought they handled the tension well because it was a tense situation, I so much rather when they get along. So I'm really looking for them sort of progressing back to where they were right before Emily. I have one question for you.
Well, one more, what I hope is not coming. You posting any more plushies or fake information. Jeez Louise.
But when you go to Fletcher's Grove, you just let me know how it is and
No,
what your favorite part of it was.
so bad. Well, Hallmark trivia. Okay, this is maybe it's real. I'm not sure when I search for this. So I'm just going to preface that this is what I found. I don't know if it's real. Peter Mooney, who plays Sam, admitted he's a bit of a Grinch in real life when it comes to Christmas decor.
Hmm.
That's my only trivia. I have no
I
further context. It was like in like an interview, and they pulled that. It was like pulled a quote. So take that with
I'm
what you
I'm
will.
trying to remember in the interview with him last year if he'd mentioned anything about that. I don't recall.
No,
By the way, great background. Great background. Very festive.
thanks,
I should have done
thanks.
something better myself.
Yeah.
Well, yours actually may be a little better than mine.
Oh whoa! Oh boy!
Mine is just
Boy.
that Sarah is married to a Peter, and Peter is married to a
I
Sarah.
think you told us this last year, but I love it.
I
In case anyone maybe is just tuning in for the
yes,
first
I was
time.
thinking we can reuse, and I
Oh,
do find that very, very
that's really funny.
humorous.
That is humorous.
Um, so the other thing I will say is the new episode or the new season of Mistletoe Murders, the podcast,
Mm,
is out.
I have not done that one yet.
And the trivia for that, though, is the guy who plays Spencer, the replacement. Violet is gone because she's off to college in Middlebridge Mysteries. And they replaced with Guy Spencer. And that's actually Ken's, the writer, and Michelle, the producer's son.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I have some trivia for the podcast,
I like it.
which is really good.
I was
And
like, that
they
counts. Yeah,
And the great thing about it is I love
they're
the
not the
fact
same.
that they totally went different directions, not just different stories, but different arcs and everything like we talked. And sorry for anyone who has not seen or listened to see episode. Wait, what is it? It's season 3. There's what I'm trying to get to. That to find out Ray dies, I was crushed. I remember exactly. It's how much I
Okay,
liked
I
Ray.
didn't
I remember where I
officially say
was.
that. Spoiler again. You were supposed to say spoiler
Uh,
before you tell people that. Eric.
so
Shoot, we spoil it
rewind
twice.
if rewind 10
Jeez.
seconds and skip what I just said if
Oh
you have
my
not
gosh.
heard.
Oh, okay. Well, what we're going to recap next week. So we are going to do the next 2 part of the Ides of December. So it looks like Stephanie from Good Witch is going to be in it a little bit more. Was that her name?
Well, her real name's Kylie,
Yeah.
but she is
I
Stephanie from Good Witch.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, what's that? Just pulled that out. And then we're also going to do our
Or
just our
Brooke from, we can say Brooke from Mistletoe Murders.
that we could do that too, I suppose. We'll share our brief thoughts on what we thought of A Keller Christmas Vacation, since probably we'll watch it by then. Three Wisest Men, which is airing next weekend, and then another one of my top 5 looking forward to airs next weekend. Tidings for the Season with Tamara. So
And that was one of my least
least,
favorite.
so we'll see who's right here. So those are what's coming up, and then we'll recap our Finding Mr. Christmas. Like we'll just see, are our guys still in it,
Episode 3.
and maybe we'll have more time to talk about those, but we'll see.
We
Depends
will
on our
see.
schedules, our life schedules.
Well, I promise you we would do it on time, and we did. So
We did.
until next time, Andrea,
Merry
have a great day.
Christmas.
This podcast was created by fans for fans and is not affiliated with or sponsored by Hallmark or the Hallmark Channel.